weekend too.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Good for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Of course. You guys want to get started?
Yeah, we are live on YouTube.
Beautiful.
Give me 1 second. Can you guys see it on YouTube? Can somebody check for me?
I was just about to do that.
You guys can see prices and everything.
Yep.
Alright, beautiful. And I'll also record this here stuff and I'll send it over to you as well.
Recording in progress.
Alright, last time I forgot to, I remember. Alright, let's start off with the monthly time frame. As always, here we're going to take a look at structure first. What's the structure like? What are some key levels that we're tapping into currently? So we do want to remember, I just picked a random date. So this is 2019, May 2019, the 30th. And so here, some things that we pretty much just want to remember from a fundamental perspective is that we were, this is almost a year before the actual pandemic started, right? So we're pretty much sitting in a pretty strong economy overall. And that's why, for a lot of equities and everything, we're pretty much in a good bullish trend. We had a lot of risk on sentiment going on. That's pretty much what was being reflected into the markets at that time. So around that time as well, commodities, especially gold, was increasing because there were some tensions specifically between the Trump administration and then also China. And we were seeing that gold overall was in an uptrend since 2016, and then going up until 2020, and even right now for some parts of 2021 and all of that, until we started tapping into those all-time high levels. So we just want to keep some of those things in the background here, and I'll also bring up the news. Alright, so from a news perspective, and let me also pull up the session here.
So this is 2019. Awesome.
Yes.
This is, what is that, April, May?
May, yeah. May 30th, just a random date. I did the random date generator online.
Beautiful.
So this is Asian right now. That's about to open up. So there is going to be some high impact news coming out. I expect price to show a little bit of volatility. Let me mute some people here. So I do expect to see some volatility here in Asian session as high impact news is coming out. And then after that, it seems like things start to slow down a little bit in London session, and then we pick back up again in the US session where we have prelim GDP coming out. So there's essentially 3 types of GDP data. There's the prelim, then you have advanced, and you have final. Prelim and advanced tend to have a bit of a more impact into the markets since they are the first ones to really come out. Final, not so much. So with that being said, do you actually want me to just skip through to just pre-New York session and then mark off the levels?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay. So let's skip through.
Did you do New York close?
Yes, I did New York close.
Oh, beautiful. So that's 5 a.m.
Alright, right around here?
Yep, that's 6 a.m.
Alright, perfect.
Oh, don't. Oh.
Oh, yeah. That was close. Alright.
Wouldn't be the end of the world.
So here we are, first starting off with the monthly time frame. So what are some key levels that you guys would mark off here? The students that we have into the session today.
Can we have people on YouTube?
People on YouTube as well, and then people who are on Zoom with us today. So we always mark it off, you and I. So I want to pretty much have them mark levels off too.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So the high here, and then Jen says the high down here. So why these 2 levels here? All right. KB set this level as well. So why these 3 levels here off the monthly time frame?
Was this Jen?
Hi.
Yep.
Yeah, because to change the trend, I have to go higher than the resistance
Uh-huh.
and the support to put actually no, I will change the support. I will do this the here. Oh, I can move, yeah, right there. A little bit top, yes.
Okay. Why that?
To continue a sell.
Okay. So you're saying if price continues breaking below this, then we have a continued sell, and then maybe we come back and target some of these lower levels.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Why this resistance up top here?
Because I believe if the price go can break that high, and I can consider buy.
Okay. So you would only consider buys if price broke above here?
Yeah, for long time. I mean, no for scalp. For scalp, if I consider scalp, I will look into a weekly or daily.
Okay, so you're saying for position trade opportunities, you would want to see a break above here?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. KB, I think
Break
you're the
and
one who...
rebound.
Yeah, so right above that area and then a continuation back up, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Chris, I think you marked off this level right here, so why did you mark off this level here specifically?
So for me, that is where we have the monthly resistance at the minute, and if we were to push past that, I would look for buys to fill the current monthly wick.
Okay. Perfect.
I like it.
Alright.
Yeah, I was wondering if Jim was marking off the bottom wicks over there. Like which wick was she marking off? Like, is she marking off the low of the current candle or the previous wick? Which they're both at the same spot. I was just wondering.
So
which
I
one
think she was
picked.
saying that the current monthly candle's bottom wick, because if that keeps pushing, then that means that this monthly candle is showing us a lot of bearish volume. But then she wanted to move it back up here because we have a support being formed.
Makes sense.
Alright, coming on to the weekly time frame now. So clearly these levels are checking off, right? Even this resistance level here, which is that little consolidation resistance before a sell-off. And then price holds on to a little resistance here before coming back down into this 1270 area. What I would do is kind of adjust this level. So 100% what Chris said off of the monthly time frame. If price continues breaking above this area and continues pushing, then we know that the monthly candle is also going to be in our direction. But just to be a little bit more safer, what I would do is kind of adjust this level on top of this weekly consolidation. Just so we don't have any fake outs here. Is there anything else that you guys would mark off here?
I'll possibly have something just marked up here.
Alright, like a zone?
Yeah, just a zone.
Alright. This?
Perfect.
Alright. You'll
¿No
get...
se le has visto dónde está el pancito mío azul que aguanta frío?
Alright. You guys, if you're not answering a question or you have a question, make sure you're just muted just for the background, since it is being recorded. So then we have that consolidation support zone that's being formed here. Is there anything else that you want to add here, Steph, before we move on?
No, I like these zones. I would personally. I mean, I don't think it really matters, but I feel like I would have my weekly resistance right here.
Okay.
Just because you're accounting for that candle body open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, open. So yeah, and then obviously you got these candle bodies over here to the left. So once we break this level and close above, I think we could get a wick fill right over here and possibly continue up, because this is a very strong support, right? But again, if you close below this level, which I'm sure we're going to end up moving, being that this is the weekly, I'm sure we're going to end up moving this support right down to probably this level or somewhere down here, because then once we break that level, then you get the clean move coming down right into here.
Absolutely. So in this case, like even if you're looking for, so there's a distinction now, right, between whether you're looking for a scalp turned into a swing trade or anything like that.
Yes.
So let's say if price breaks below this, then you could come down and catch like a 40 to 50 pip trade. A continuation down, turn that into about 100 pips, and then further down, obviously you could turn that into something more. When you're looking at this range itself, so let's say like from here where this support is being formed and pushed back up, you have about 127 pip range. So within that, you can catch some potential scalp opportunities. But if you want to look at some scalps turn into swing trades, then you would need this consolidation to break. So either that's like, continuation push down, or price rejects off of this as it has, for the last couple of weeks, and then push back up. And maybe we end up just consolidating right here where you've had a bearish candle. Right after that, we reject right into this area. Price pushes back up into this resistance. Next candle brings us right back down. And all we're really doing is just closing between this area. So can the next candle, for example, hold on to a support here again and then push back up? Or if you're looking for a sell opportunity, the best case scenario for you to catch a scalp turn into a swing trade would be, let's say, for example, some sort of a top wick rejection and then a continuation down. And as that happens, you have some potential scalp opportunities that you can take right at the break of the zone and then target this as some partials and let everything else go.
Yeah, 100%. And this, I feel like this candle tells us a lot too, because well, it really doesn't actually, because you're in this like uptrend over here, and you're also creating these lower highs at the same time. So this candle in an uptrend, a lot of times if we hold support right here, we end up holding support and then filling that wick.
Yeah.
Right. But also at the same time, price goes the opposite way. You've got this candle creating this lower high right here, flipping bearish and closing a strong bearish candle. We still held this support, but then you got a strong bearish candle right here. So like you said, if we create that top wick past the low, I could see this being the liquidity grab and us continuing down from here.
Yeah. So here we want to be extra careful because essentially, good thing that you kind of identified that. I think we're sitting at a pretty key level, right? So you've had nice bullish push up, price continuing to make those higher highs and higher lows, at each of these minor levels. So are we essentially coming back and let's say testing structure into these areas? I think the perfect structure break here would be the break below the 1270 and then a continuation down. Or if we're just holding on to a support here, then I think just bounce off of this area one more time and then a push back up. I think we have good buy opportunities lining up here too.
It's nice that you mark this off, like the higher lows here.
Yeah.
Because then you see the structure and how price came back to our previous support. So right now, it's like struggling to break out of this area. Like it's struggling to break structure right now. So we're definitely not bearish yet. But once we break out of this whole area, then we will be. And then you'll have this whole move coming down for mirroring the candles to the left. But again, we can hold support in this key area right here. That's what we like to call a key area. And price can continue up from here to retest the high.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and drop down to the daily time frame now and take a look at what's going on. So let's zoom out a little bit and adjust the chart here once again. So again, we are in that bullish trend and it seems like we're sitting at a very crucial level. Still trying to maintain a bit of a downtrend, but that comes from price trying to correct that massive push up that we saw on the weekly here. And then when you go into the monthly, pretty much the same thing, right? So you're sitting at a very crucial level from a monthly perspective, from a weekly perspective, and from a daily perspective. So here, if I want to see, let's say, for example, any sell opportunities, what I would want to see is the next daily candle, or actually the current daily candle, continuing to close down here. And then the next one give me some form of a break and retest and then a continuation down. The reason why I want to see a break and retest here, at least on the daily or on the 4 hour, is because I don't want to get stuck into a fake out situation like this again. So this is something that you can take advantage of, and this is like a scalp opportunity, understanding the limitations of your trade, taking partials and everything like that, and making sure that this trade ends out as a winning trade, not a losing trade, where price just bounces off of this area once again and then just takes you right back out. So that's why I want to see a candle close below here, give me some form of break and retest, and then a continuation down for any sell opportunities. If we just end up bouncing off of this area once again, then I think we can have enough volume to push back up, and probably we're going to end up in consolidation here if it's one of those weeks where you don't have a lot of economic data coming out, or just low economic data coming out in general. Is there anything else that you guys would mark off here?
Yeah, I would just move this down here right in this area, and then I would keep this, like you have the horizontal line
Yeah.
right in here, because you got the fake out that came right up here. We came right back into the area. We retested the support, failed to break through, and now we're coming up to retest this area and hold that resistance. So can this price action push us through? I keep using these rectangles. Can this price action like push us through that support finally?
Absolutely. So this looks like a good break and retest that's forming currently on the daily time frame for a sell, right? Like right around here. So maybe can we push down a little bit further? But when I'm looking at the details of the price action here, I'm going to make another level down here. I'm looking at specifically, can price continue breaking above this, right? And if it continues breaking above that, that's the only way that I would take any buys. I would consider this entire thing personally as like a no trade range maybe, because as soon as price breaks its own low, you're coming back into some of these consolidation areas. So you're risking kind of a bounce off of here. But if price continues pushing down, then I would look for a potential sell somewhere down here.
Okay. Yeah, no, I was looking at this too. If you guys scalp, and let's say you came up to a range like what we have right now, let's say that this was the 30-minute and you had enough range, from where Sharma's marking off from where this green line is down to the support. If you have enough range right there, like 25 to 50 pips, let's say that was GJ, but if this is gold, if you got like 50 to 100 pips in there, again, say it's the 30-minute, this is the ideal setup I look for.
100%.
You definitely need, like, sometimes this candle doesn't create the top wick and it just passes the low right away. I tend to not take that, especially if you're in a consolidation, right? Because it very well snap right back and take you out. But the fact that you have that top wick and we're passing the low of this candle, again, just understanding the anatomy of these candles, strong bearish candle close, breaking the structure right here. Then you get this candle retesting that area and closing a very weak bullish candle. Top wick formed on that candle, past the low of the previous, and you take this thing down to fill that wick, mirror the move to the left, and retest the support.
Yeah, so from that green line and down, that was like about a 70 pip move.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little trade right there.
Yeah. Okay, let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame. So yeah, here, or even on the 4-hour time frame, there's a bit of a consolidation. So I'm just going to create, just for visual perspective, like a minor zone here. And then anything in between would be like a no trade range for me. But what I want to see is, can we maintain this bearish trend that you marked off, Stefanos, initially? Can we maintain this bearish trend? So we did try to create a new low, maybe a bit of a retracement, and then a continuation back down. Coming back into these areas, and then finally breaking below this 1270 area. So used to seeing like the 17 or 1800s because of the current markets.
1200, wow.
Yeah. So retrace and then a continuation further down from there for any sell opportunities. Or can we end up holding on to this previous, what was a support and a resistance area, as a new support and then a push back up. So I do sense some exhaustion here with these current candles, where the last 2 4-hour candles did close with, you know, nice bottom wick rejections, but came back up and left nice bottom wick rejections here and closed right back into the zone.
Yep, I'm looking for the same thing. And did you see that we closed below that level too? Candle body closes.
Yep.
Got this wick, so, and then this one created that top wick and is now flipping bearish, so can we fill that wick?
Absolutely. Alright, let's check out the hourly. So coming on to the hourly, it seems like we do have some exhaustive candles here, very little volume. We got some wick rejections, you know, trying to break the previous lows. We saw that a couple of candles here kind of struggled to do that. And it seems like right now we're holding on to a little support here. So what I would want to see a proper retracement and then a continuation down for any continued sells. Or is price just going to hold on to a resistance here and then maybe we come right back into consolidation? Anything else?
No, yeah, I'm just looking for a close right below this level. I think you'll have safer sells right here. But you got to be careful because coming down into that area, you're coming into a heavy range. But maybe, you know, if these candles get cleaner, coming back down, I think, you know, that if you get like a nice close below here, we can definitely take this thing down.
Absolutely. And then let's take a look at the 30-minute here too. So 30 minutes seems like it's just consolidating out right now. So let's go ahead and start this. So I'll do a percentage here once again and session so we can take a look at that. We'll watch it here on the 30-minute time frame. 15-minute, I don't really expect that to be anything different. You know, even 15 minutes consolidating out here a little bit.
You guys see meta quotes is coming off the Apple Store?
Yeah, someone just sent a message about that. I didn't get to read the entire thing as I was getting ready for the simulation.
Yeah, no, somebody sent me a message on Instagram just now, and I just sent it over to you. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this resistance formed right here. What is this? Yeah, so you're playing that. This is the 15-minute. You're holding this resistance. You just got a bearish candle close. But again, this support right here is strong. So you need that close below here. But yeah, I agree with Sharma. I think we'll get like some kind of a pullback. And then continue down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, KB, if that's the case, I might have to go over to Android. Or just not trade on your phone. That's crazy. KB, you like your phone? You like Android?
Yeah, definitely.
Why is that? Did you ever have an iPhone?
I did. I just feel as if battery life, camera quality, screen quality, overall it's just, I think it suits me a bit more than the iPhone.
That's what I hear.
You'll love it, definitely.
Try. Maybe I'll try that. Let's see.
That's how VJ gets all them sniper entries.
No, man, I have an iPhone.
Oh man.
Wait, what'd you say?
He said that's how I get the sniper entries. I said no, I have an iPhone.
I like it.
I've had Androids before. Like I've played around with Androids. I've played around with iPhones. I don't know. I personally like iPhones better.
Yeah, the interface on Apple is a lot
Yeah.
better.
It's also that like because I have like a MacBook that I use for like real estate stuff, and then also when I was doing my master's I used it for that. Like my Windows is strictly for either coding or for trading. That's all I use it for. And so that's why I feel like just it can like syncing all the information onto my MacBook. I don't have to keep like downloading or anything like that new information onto my MacBook.
Yeah, iTunes.
Yeah.
You could always get iTunes on Windows, but
Alright, shall I skip through? Seems like we have some low volume here.
yeah. So, this is Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. I'm also going to leave this here up top too for our news. Yeah, so our next news up is going to be the prelim GDP here, quarter by quarter.
Now, did you start it on Thursday on purpose? I think that's actually a smart idea.
No, I legit just picked the random date and it said like the 30th May. And then we skipped to New York session or pre-New York session because that's what majority of us trade.
Yeah. No, I just figured like every time we backtest, we start on Monday, which is low volume. A lot of times we don't always catch a trade. So starting on Wednesday or Thursday, we should probably start doing that.
I was also thinking that I can just save this simulation after we're done here. And then just
I feel like we always say that.
Yeah, I'll just continue it next time too, just so we have the entire data set.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like we always say we're gonna do that, and we just start a new one.
Yeah, we'll do it now.
Yeah. I actually like price action right now. I just want to see if price respects this level.
Yeah.
And if we can hold support there, do we have enough room to continue up? The only thing is you have a resistance right here, so you have to check that first, because you're not trading against the trend if you're going to take this buy.
Yeah.
See, now it's looking like we're going to fake that area out. Not that I would take anything right here, but again, I would just wait for something down here.
For me, I would want to see price continue above the zone just so we can break out of this bear structure right here. And I think
this would be safe buys.
Yeah, and then a continuation up, and then maybe target some of these areas as partials, TP, or something like that using higher time frames.
100%. Yeah, right above that level, you got safe buys.
Yeah.
You got them right here too. I think if you break above that area,
Yeah.
because now we're breaking out of the trend. But I feel like I would actually draw the.
Then I would take some partials right into the zone, and then if there's a break and retest, then look for another scale in coming up.
Just mess that up. Just trying to see real quick. I think we could have possibly broken the trend right here. You see how we're starting to reject it right here?
Yeah.
Because it's tapping on that area multiple times. So again, like this level, let's see if we respect it. This is Thursday. Yeah, this is a high volume day and high volume time. Let's see, this is the 15-minute.
If this candle closes bullish, then that was a purely like a liquidity grab candle right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like how that closed. Again, if we can respect this.
It's also 15 minutes before New York opens up here too.
Yeah. And remember on gold too, you're usually going to have a pullback right before the stock exchange open at 9:30 before price continues the direction. So it happens sometimes before 8 o'clock, but mostly it's 9:30.
We can also check higher time frames here too. So let's check first the 30-minute. So 30-minute consolidation and then nice bounce. What I want to see is this 30-minute possibly closing bullish with a nice bottom wick rejection. And then go on to the hourly, same thing. It seems like price held onto a support here. It's breaking previous hourly highs. So yeah, I think break above this and a continuation could probably give you like nice scalp buy opportunities.
Yeah, I want to see this candle close like that. It's got a wick to fill.
Yeah.
It's starting to retrace a little bit too much. Let's see how it closes. But I want to see the next candle create a bottom wick and pass the high of it.
So this is also the level where price will be breaking its own 4-hour high. That previous support and then push back up.
Can we look at the daily real quick again?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, go back to the 4-hour. 4 hours open. But again, not enough to take a buy because you get some strong bearish price action over here. So once you break the high of that candle, I think it'll be safer for buys.
Absolutely.
But again, you're still trading against the trend over here.
Alright, we got a weak close here on the 15. Let me know if anyone's interested in taking an entry or anything like that whenever.
It looks like with these bottom wicks, price wants to come back to this level and get some kind of a real pullback before continuing up.
I think that'd be best case scenario, holding on to a support and just creating new higher lows.
Yeah. Because again, you have this resistance here, so what's the range here? Is that worth taking? These are the safest buys you're gonna have. The riskiest safe buys you're gonna have once you break that level. But the ones Sharma marked off are your real safe buys. So yeah, this could have gone either way because these candles are showing you, yeah, we're rejecting the downside and flipping bullish. This one closed a very weak bearish candle. Yeah, this one created a bottom wick past the high. It could have, it did work out, but you would have to have a safe stop loss somewhere down here or even below this wick. A lot of errors.
I think I would have kept it like right here as well, because if price breaks below that, it's breaking the previous candle lows, but also it's probably coming right back into this consolidation.
Sure. Yeah, the only reason I put it down here is just like room to manage risk.
So as soon as we break above the zone, this daily is also going to be in our direction for any potential buys.
Wait, can you just stay on the daily real quick?
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about when it comes to this setup over here, how when you pass the low of that candle, you continue down.
Mm-hmm.
But another point is when you're in consolidation, a lot of times price will push down like this and then flip bullish again like it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you're in a consolidation and price fakes people out, grabs liquidity, and then continues up. But if you're in a true downtrend, like if we already broke this level and then you get that setup right around here, then the price will continue down, fill that wick, and continue through that level.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're consolidating, it's probably going to snap back. So you want to secure as much as you can once you fill this wick, or you make that last push.
Absolutely. I just personally don't feel. I know what you're saying, but I personally don't feel comfortable taking a trade in this little range where this daily is just consolidating in its own little range here.
Mm.
If it breaks the low, then that tells me that we have some good bearish volume, and then maybe taking a trade down here and the continuation down. Or if this daily flips and we're able to hold on to this level as like some sort of a support, whether that's like, since it's high volume time, maybe like a 30-minute or the 1 hour time frame, anything like that I'm okay with, and then a push back up.
Yep. Yeah, KB, I agree with that too. I didn't see you said that.
20 minutes after New York open, the commodity markets open, and we always get a pullback. Yep, exactly. And that's a very nice trade, though, leading right into New York.
Yeah, it's that high volume time.
Yep.
It lined up on all the time frames too.
Mm-hmm.
4 hour, 1 hour, and the 30-minute.
Yeah. Those are the best trades when everything's in the direction.
Oh yeah, it's the best. That's where you guys can risk your 2 to 3%. Nothing more.
There's some volume.
So that's Thursday, 8 o'clock open.
Alright, so we just had a 30-minute close here, too. We had a gap up.
I was going to say, can we check the 4 hour quickly?
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
This is all like market sentiment at this point, leading up to high impact news coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So even though it seems like with the volume in the market, even though we're expecting a small little decrease, relatively staying the same when it comes to GDP, I think there's still a lot more optimism kicking in, because we've officially kind of broken out of this structure here now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I would have taken this right here on the 1 hour.
Oh, sorry, here.
You good? On the 1 hour, as we created that bottom wick and passed the high.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a nice trade. Stop loss right here below the wick. Entry right here. And then that would have been below the previous 30-minute wick, I think, to take price up. Yeah, it's beautiful. Especially like you're seeing the higher lows being created by all these wicks. You see the bullish pressure, you get the strong close after a previous weak close, so you should be heading up from here. I would have taken that.
Yeah. Personally, I would just wait for this 4 hour to close and then hope that it closes above that zone, and then we get
It should.
and continue up.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, that scalp would have been perfect. Would have been risk free. Took your partials, all that.
Yeah. And now that's something I would have risked 1% on.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're trading against the trend, and it was like if you guys are grading your setups, for me that would have been like a B- to maybe a C setup. Actually no, that would have been like a B- I would say. It wouldn't be a C.
Like an average setup.
Yeah, it's like questionable. It's not one of those setups, and you guys know what I'm talking about, where you're like 90 to 95% sure this thing's gonna play out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen this over and over and over again. That's gonna play out. That wasn't like that.
Come on, Steph. We only take A setups.
Yep. All right.
We don't go below A minus.
Fuck A minus.
We had a gap up, so that's the only thing that kind of makes me a little hesitant on any impulse trades here. I think an impulse trade with the volume that we're getting plus GDP would have been a good move to at least come up here. But if we can hold on to a support here, at least on the 30-minute time frame, I think that would give me better confidence for a trade up, even though we have higher time frame confluence.
Well, we kind of filled the gap here with this wick.
Yeah. Well, did we end up getting a candle close? No, we just had wick rejections.
Any questions on YouTube?
Nothing yet. You guys have any question on YouTube here?
Here's a pullback.
Alright, this is...
created the high.
Uh-huh. This is 30 minutes before news is about to come out.
Yeah, at this point I would wait for the news. I want to see if we get like a liquidity grab maybe to continue up. It's due for a pullback. This is where you guys get excited because we're creating a range here. So if you get that pullback, you now have a high to retest. Instead of getting the FOMO of like, oh, why didn't I catch this? You just learn from this and journal it to see how you can catch it next time. And then over here, you just wait for the pullback. If you don't get it, you're staying content. It feels good to have control over the market instead of the market having control over you.
Absolutely.
That's a nice move.
I want to see what other news. So this week we also have, tomorrow, we have core PCE price index coming out from the US. And then consumer sentiment and inflation expectations.
The PCE probably wouldn't be affecting. That's a good idea doing all US news.
I don't think around this time it would be that impactful like it is
Exactly.
like, you know, in the current market. But I would be interested just to see like were we getting hints of like inflation kicking off.
Yes. They're expecting lower than previous
Let's...
at GDP.
Oh yes, a little bit lower. Relatively the same, honestly.
Since we're on the simulator, I'm thinking about backtesting a sell stop buy stop situation here.
Okay, where would you do that?
Before news. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I would say a nice sell stop will be below this wick, and then a buy stop will be above this one over here, I'd say.
Okay.
We'll see if we can...
You want to do a sell stop here?
Sure. Yeah, you gotta do visual mode.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay, that's gonna be the entry.
Yeah.
And then where would your stop loss be?
Stop loss would probably be like somewhere around here. That's the sell stop. There you go. I think that would be safe right there.
And then TP?
TP is gonna be right at this support here.
Okay.
Let's try this out. And then the buy stop up top. Not yet though. Where's the market? You just put the market real. Oh, 620. Or it's 920 right now. Ooh. Sorry. So if this sell stop is activated, I'll be securing, maybe closing the full thing like right here.
The full thing?
Or taking, I'd be taking most of the position off right there, because again, you're trading news and you're setting sell stops and buy stops. So these quick moves are all you're really looking for. It's like, all right, I'm in and out. I was able to get my move from the news. and you're not getting greedy during that. Can price push a lot more? Absolutely. That's why maybe you secure like 90% and let the rest run, but it could always come back and stop you out real quick as well.
So are you anticipating basically beating the forecast, like maybe coming up to like 3.2 again or higher?
Possibly. If we do, we know we're safe for that sell stop. But I was saying, like, if we could place a buy stop above this candle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With the 1% risk?
Yes. Let's see what we do with this.
Alright, so right here. And then where's your stop loss?
Stop loss can be, I would say, right where the sell stop is.
Why so wide?
What was that?
Why so wide?
You can put it right here, below the entry candle.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the TP, you can just put it, all the way at the resistance. There you go.
Okay.
Let me see how it plays out. You just gotta keep your finger on the trigger.
I did a sell stop for US 30 during London session when, let's take a look at the news real quick. When the PMI data was coming out. Oh, it seems like it's the actual. So maybe we'll get like a push back up.
Possible.
I think it was like London Open PMI data.
BJ?
Yes.
If you get the sell stop activated, is the other one cancel?
No, you have to cancel it yourself.
Yeah. You're gonna have to cancel it yourself. I mean, but I don't think if you're already in a sell, it's not gonna let you hedge anyways.
Okay, because if the candles start to range, maybe go down all the way and then goes up all the way.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Cause I personally for me, like in live markets, I don't think any broker really. I think there's very little brokers that let you actually hedge, so take a buy and a sell together.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
At this point, I'd probably cancel both. Don't do it yet. Let's just see how this 15 closes. Yeah, you can keep that down there. Because we didn't get the move we were expecting, where you just get that hard push during the news, and then all of a sudden you grab I don't know, 50 to 100 pips real quick, and then you're out.
Mhm.
I've just watched Raquel and Ted do this so many times, and the way they do it, it's just they're in and out, and that's it. And it's, if I'm gonna trade news, that's kind of how I would do it.
That's risky business.
It is. That's why I don't do this in the live market. Just trying this out.
I only do it if I'm 100% confident, from a technical perspective. But I would use higher time frames, like an hourly and 4 hour.
Sure. Yeah, it's cool. Everyone's different psychology on the market.
Mhm.
We'll get rid of these lines.
So it seems like we're holding on to some support. I would want to wait for this candle to close, though.
You can get rid of the buy stop. Because if we're going to take a buy and this holds support here, it would be before that.
Alright, you want me to keep the sell stop, though?
Yeah, you can keep it for now.
Okay.
Let's see if we can continue to drop.
See, the way that I'm going to X all of this out real quick, but the way that I see this now, as these candles are closing, is retesting the structure. So I think we've already broken the structure here. Price pushed up, create a new high. If this candle, and that's really just contingent on this 15-minute candle, if it can close bullish, then I think we've successfully created a new low, and then or a new higher low, and then a push back up.
Yep. And I was just marking these this bearish trend where we broke right around this area. Then you get the key level, holding support, and price has been bouncing off this level twice or a few times over down here. So maybe we're coming into that area to hold support again.
Essentially, that's the bottom wick on the 4 hour.
Yeah, Yeah, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the previous 4 hour closed very strong, but the other one passed the high right away and is now flipping bearish. So can we hold support here? I'd want... it's a strong 15-minute close. Yeah, so the way that candle closed, I would close the sell stop.
All right.
Nothing lost, nothing gained.
All right, so 30-minute closed with a nice bottom wick rejection here. Hourly, same thing. 4 hour, let's see if that's gonna essentially flip. And the daily is also bullish here.
Yeah, you're in the daily range too. You're in a weekly range. So this is like a B or C setup right here on the 1 hour and the 30-minute.
So if we pass the previous 30-minute high, I'd be interested in a buy.
Yeah, same. That's what I'm gonna wait on too. If we can break up top here.
I don't want to be in an early buy and we just consolidate. But it looks good so far.
Is this
Go
it?
to the 1 hour real quick?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 1 hour looks good to fill that wick. Oh, definitely. Yeah,
I'll
I would
take it
enter
right
this
here.
tip.
I'll do a 1%.
My stop loss is going to be where the red line is.
Alright, I'm gonna keep mine just a little bit lower. Right here. And then you wanna enter?
Sure.
Okay, where's your TP?
Probably same spot.
Alright, right here. And then stop loss red line, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Chris, you wanna enter?
For sure.
Alright, that is the total 3% that we're gonna go on for this account. TP?
I'll join you guys for now.
Alright. And then stop loss?
Stop loss, I'll do just below the previous candle.
The previous one right here?
Just there. Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm looking for a 1-to-1 here. That's my plan. Just because like this price action, we're so bullish over here. Bullish over here coming up. I could see us like pulling back a little bit in the higher time frames, and then maybe continuing up. But again, we broke the structure. Looks like we're creating these higher lows. It's alright so far.
Again, if you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to let us know, even on YouTube, or if you guys want to take trades with us, just put that into the chat. Where would you take your entry, your stop loss, and your TP? That's a nice, strong, bullish close here on the 15.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Previous highs. Or camera body highs.
And the 4 hour flips here too. Daily looks promising.
Yeah, the daily actually does. If we break above that resistance, then we could potentially target 1303.
Yeah, that's where I would place my next TP. So that would give me like an additional like 160 pips or so. See that 1% on that $1,500 account for US 30 would not give us 3 entries versus gold.
No. You're struggling to get one.
Yeah, right.
I think really it was because the stop loss was a bit wide last time. I think that's probably why.
Yeah, and or like you have to keep it very tight, like within the current 15-minute candle or something.
Because the account size is a bit small as well.
Yeah, it was like $1,000. So this time I was like, let's give us 1,500. I think we've deserved that through all the simulation sessions. Yeah, YouTube is always a little delayed compared to like the Zoom session, about like a second or two.
Is that it? It's only a second or two?
Usually for me.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I want to get a new computer too. It's just being able to stream. I feel like if I run it on Streamlabs, it's like 5 minutes fine. Like you can't run a live stream doing it.
I would want to find something else than Streamlabs though, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't for me.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You get more experience than I do with that. Yeah, it's a nice close.
I want to learn how to do the thing though, like, you know, starting in like 5 minutes and then having that kind of a thumbnail.
Do what?
You know, like when you're about to start like a live stream or something, and then it says like starting like 5 minutes and it does a countdown.
Oh yeah. Streamlabs does that now.
I have to look into that, so that's what I'm gonna look into that right now after the session's done.
It's like an add-on or something like that.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Respecting the low, the 15-minute passing the high. What is this? 10:30?
Around that time, yes.
Should be 10:30. Yes. Yeah, it's a high volume time. Wow, 30-minute looks great.
You guys okay with me skipping on the 15 here?
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
Don't do this when you guys are trading on your own though. It's you guys want to get used to having the emotion in the trades.
Yeah. I'm doing this for time's sake on you know, recording. Yeah, I'm like just letting them know. But when you're doing it yourself, then you want to get used to like consolidation days or like low volume and everything like that.
Yeah, not only that, but just like watching the trade play out in real time and just holding yourself back from securing too early or
Yep.
you know, micromanaging a trade, whatever the case may be. You gotta learn what your emotions are like in there, because trading's all emotional. It's all, well, you gotta keep some of the emotion out, but it's all psychological.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you perfect.
Okay, there you go.
I was gonna say, can you do the stop loss and TP in pips?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So whatever one mine is, once it's at 1-to-1, I'll take 50% off.
Okay, this one right here.
Yeah.
Alright, you're sitting close to 1-to-1 right now, it seems.
Yeah. That's what I want.
Alright, close out 50.
Yes, please.
Alright, there you go. You want to do anything to yours, Chris?
I'll let it run right now.
Alright. If we get a strong hourly close here, I'm going to move my TP since we've already broken out of the structure now.
Hey, 4 hours looking nice.
Yes, it is.
Someone on YouTube said, I admire your patience, guys. I'd probably take like 3 trades during the morning.
What, like, you would have already taken 3 trades?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Someone on YouTube said that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would the trades have been?
What would the trades have been, sir?
Price?
Let's see. Alright, so we got the hourly closing here. Let me check that real quick. So I got a strong hourly. 4 hours still pushing. Daily looks promising too, so I think I'm gonna move my TP up here. Let's do it right here. This is daily. I'll do it around here. And then take some partials once we tap into this level right here. Do you guys want to do anything to your guys' trade?
I am good right now. Just let it run.
Alright.
Yeah, I already took 50 off.
I'll extend my TP as well.
Okay, I think this one's you here.
Yeah, I think mine's the big stop loss.
I feel like we trade the same now, Chris.
I mean, that's a compliment. But I need to hold out my trades longer.
Yeah.
I admire that though about you because you literally like believe in your analysis.
Beautiful. Yeah, I would cancel my TP right now. Oh.
Oh, we can give him a chance.
Sorry, man, the
Nice.
volume took you out.
You're good. Better than not taking me out.
Yeah.
Going the other way.
I'm gonna move to break even now that we're pushing with some good volume, but I'm not gonna trail it just yet because that is a lot of volume right here.
I'll take partials and go break even.
Alright.
It was a great
50?
trade for
Yeah.
the session for everyone to watch.
Oh, absolutely.
Volume just came out of nowhere.
So you pat yourself on the back for something like this, and then you go back and learn from it and say like, all right, what could we have done better? This entry right down here is where we could have gotten more pips out of it, right? And the one we were calling out earlier that could have been a possible entry, you could have grabbed this entire move here. So it's again like patting yourself on the back, like great trade, but then also seeing like, all right, what could I have done better, even though it was a win.
Absolutely. I mean, of course, if it's like in your trading time, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take some partials here because of this right here. So I'm gonna take some partials. Which one? This is me.
8%.
Yeah, I'll close at 450. There you go. Alright. Shall I skip through? Are you guys cool with that?
Yeah, we can do.
Do it up.
Got a nice pullback here. How did that 30 close? Alright, we got a nice wick rejection. It seems like we're closing right at this level here again at that 1287. Let's check some higher time frames as well. So that's a nice bullish push up. I'm gonna move this to the other screen real quick. But that's a nice bullish push up. And now we're kind of reacting off of these areas here. So let's see if we can hold on to like some sort of a support and then continue pushing. Instead of drawing more zones, I'm just going to reuse this. For me, what I would want to see is, let's say, right into this area here. See, that was a very strong level and then a nice dump down. And then same thing here, you had a nice push up. We've come back and we've rejected into this area previously as well of this 1287. And then a pullback. We got a rejection here and then another pullback. So that's essentially, are we doing that here as well? Maybe a pullback and then a continuation back up. Or is this, again, we're just going to sit in a consolidation. We end off the week, you know, right below this area here.
Yeah. Ooh.
Right, that
Yeah,
build.
the weekly is holding that support. I think we can get that work fill coming in the next week. Yeah, that pullback. We should get a nice pullback into here. You know, on the 30-minute, hold support and possibly continue up from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this move's due for some kind of a pullback.
Let's pull up the session. I'm going to skip on the 15-minute time frame to see where we end off closing for the day. But if there's like any trade or if you want me to slow down or anything, just let me know.
I knew we had 3 of us in there, but was anyone looking to take the same trade? Or would any of you guys?
I think we only have like 1% total running now that Chris and I took you know, some percentages off, like 50% off each. So if anybody else wanted to like hop in. just let us know.
Some sort of support in that area would be nice.
Right here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe with like Asian Open or something, get some volume.
Seems a bit exhaustive here on the 15. We haven't really gotten any bearish candle close here. Oh, I
Yeah.
guess.
Still making those higher highs and higher lows.
We got something of a strong bullish close here. We'll probably just end up consolidating out. It's a weekly level that we're trying to break above and a daily. And then what's the next news coming out? I think it's PCE, right? And New York? Yeah. PCE, consumer sentiment, and then also inflation expectations. Then you also have a FOMC member speaking.
So that's a nice volume.
So they're expecting an increase in PCE and then a little bit of a decrease in consumer sentiment. Alright, here we are back into Asian. Should I go ahead and skip through to New York again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharma, I actually have to run. We're gonna have dinner right now.
No worries. We can pick
Are you
back
gonna
up.
keep the stream going?
No, we could pick back up next week.
Okay. I think that was a great trade. Again, if anyone else was trying to take that on YouTube or in the chat, just let us know that you would have been in there right with us.
Absolutely.
It's a good thing to note, and maybe journal, take a few screenshots.
Do you guys know if I save this, then would it also save the open trades that we have?
Yeah, save it.
Okay, perfect. Alright, cool. So we will see you guys for the market update next week. But other than that, have a great rest of the weekend, everybody. And we will see you guys for the live sessions next week. The market update and another simulation session.
Absolutely.